Welcome to Sunshine Art and Drawing. Today we're looking at a bit more of the Creative Place range from ALDI. That's their sort of discount art range. I found this little pack, it was about $5, and you get a little set of paints in a nice little tin and also a watercolour A4 pad of watercolour paper. Just wanted to show you the little instructions that you get. It just essentially talks about watercolour. It's pretty standard instructions, and I did notice it said to keep things out of sunlight, which makes me think these probably aren't light safe. They're very pale pastel colours. So let's show you the paper. This is actually really nice paper, and I'm almost tempted to go back and buy a few of these sets just for the paper. It's very true watercolour paper. It's got a really nice texture to it. It's really strong and doesn't bleed through. It's like decent watercolour paper, and a pad this big for about $5 is pretty good, even if I don't end up using the paints. But let's show some swatches. It took me 3 layers to get a decent colour. They're very pale colours with hardly any pigment in them, so they'd be suitable for things like maybe very pale watercolour landscapes, or just using them as little highlights to your drawings if you just want to do a little sort of a square or a background of colour behind something that you're doing. And I just wanted to swatch each and every colour but build it up a bit so you can see them easily on camera, otherwise they're too pale to see at all. But those are all the colours. I didn't swatch the white because you can't see it anyway, but let's start a little artwork. I decided I would do a jellyfish. Because the colours are so pastel, it made everything look like it was underwater anyway. So I tried a few different sort of shapes and designs to do the jellyfish in to kind of make him look transparent, and then in the end I went with more of a sort of greeny colour rather than the blue, so you'll see me sort of swatch over the top of the colours and sort of blend them together and then do another layer in a moment. And I thought I would do orange for the little sort of middle part, I don't know what that's called, but the little bit that hangs down in the centre of the jellyfish. And I've got a little fan there. It's just to keep things quickly drying, otherwise the water will pool because I have to use so much water to be able to get any pigment out. I had to sort of almost scrub with my brush to get any sort of colour out, and I wanted to do it sort of a blue-green colour, so I was mixing some colours together on the handy little tray that's included and adding different colours here and there, trying to add sort of different layers of greens and blues to make it look a bit transparent but also quite colourful. And adding some yellow just sort of to the top and to the edges, just where it would sort of catch the light and look quite cute. I kind of like jellyfish. I think they look really pretty, and they're actually really fun to paint with watercolour because it looks translucent anyway, and the jellyfish are translucent. Works out really well. But here I'm just doing the little tentacles that would be behind the jellyfish, sort of the ones that would be behind that centre part that you wouldn't see as much, and then I'll do the ones that are in front. But let's do a few little jellyfish friends in the background just so that he has some people to swim with rather than him being by himself. So here's his little jellyfish family all swimming around in the water, and I made them kind of really sort of basic and not very detailed on purpose because they're supposed to be far away. And add a bit more orange into the middle because the colour, it frustrated me how pale it is, so it took me a lot of going back, getting more colour, going back, getting more colour to try and get any sort of payoff for these paints. It's the part that disappoints me, or the paints aren't very good, but the paper's really good. So if you're looking for some cheap paper and your ALDI has this sort of art stuff promoting at the moment, ALDI's a little bit difficult because they have sort of times that they have new things, and the art supplies seems to be always a temporary thing, and you go there and they won't have anything, and then you go back again and they'll have a whole bunch of stuff. So it kind of gets a bit frustrating because when I finally have, you know, a good amount of money, they don't have any art supplies left. So it's kind of like you've got to keep an eye out for it and then hope that you have enough money right at the right time that they have a bunch of art supplies out. They have all different things usually. They have paper and art supplies like this, but they also have like paint by numbers sets and craft sets for kids, and like read-along books and things like that. Lots and lots of kids stuff. Always happens to be around about the holidays when they get the kids stuff in, so I'm hoping around about December, January they'll have more art stuff because it's school holidays again. So I just took a permanent marker and I'm going to do some detail lines just so that you can kind of see a bit better what is happening, and also these colours kind of get a bit washed out so it's hard to show detail. So I just thought I would outline everything, give it a bit more of a sharp, crisp line, make it easier to see what is happening, and also gives it a bit of perspective so it kind of looks like he's swimming towards you. Get all those little swirly tentacles all the way out, and also a bit of a shadow to show the center part underneath. And let's do some for the little guys at the back so they've got a nice outline too and you can see them nice and clearly. I tried to do a little bit of a coral at the bottom, but it didn't turn out that good, but that's where I'm hiding my signature. So I hope you liked this one. I really enjoyed making this. You guys have a sunshiny day. Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to subscribe, click on the sun on the right. If you'd like to see more of my videos, there's a playlist on the left. Have a good day. Bye.